Launchkey MK4 49 and 61 feature both an arpeggiator and keyboard zoning feature. Zones consist of two parts that can be set to play out on two different MIDI channels. You can play the parts individually, split across the keyboard, or layer them together. This video will show you how to split the two parts across the keyboard and have one part playing one instrument, while the other part plays a different instrument. We'll also take this further by using the Launchkey built-in arpeggiator to play one of the two parts. In this example, I'll use Ableton Live Lite, which comes included with Launchkey MK4, but the same principles apply to any DAW or hardware gear. If you don't have it already, you can follow the steps in the Help Center article linked in the video description to install and activate Ableton Live Lite. To begin, connect your Launchkey to your computer. Check the MIDI channel settings. For this example, I'll use the default ones, although you can customize them at any time if you like. These are Part A, MIDI channel 1, Part B, MIDI channel 2, Arp Note Source, Part A. In Ableton Live, make sure to match these settings. More information is in the video description. For this setup, I need two MIDI tracks. The first one will consist of a track with a bass sound loaded on it, set to listen to MIDI channel 1. I'll play this using the lower half of the keys on Launchkey, through Part A. The second track will consist of another MIDI track with a pad sound loaded on it, set to listen to MIDI channel 2. I'll play this with the upper half of the keys, through Part B. If you're using the default Ableton Live template, you should already have two MIDI tracks in your project. If you don't, you can add this by clicking on Create, Insert MIDI Track. You can also download the Ableton Live template for this project from the link in the video description. I'm now going to choose and load an instrument on each track by navigating to the instrument section of the Live menu. In this example, I'll be using Drift, a software synthesizer that comes included with Live. For track 1, I'll use the Vintage Chorus Bass preset, so I'll drag and drop these on track 1. For track 2, I'll use the Awakening Pad preset, so I'll drag and drop these on track 2. I now need to make sure each track is set to listen to the MIDI channel that each Launchkey's part will be playing onto. This is done in the MIDI from section of each track in Live. For track 1, I'll set these to MIDI channel 1. For track 2, I'll set these to MIDI channel 2. Finally, I'm going to make sure both tracks are record armed by holding Command or Control on Windows, while toggling the record arm button on each track. This ensures both tracks are set to listen to the incoming MIDI data from the Launchkey and are ready to play. On the Launchkey, select Zones Mode Split by holding Shift and pressing the Split button under the 8 fader. By default, the split point is C3. This is where all the keys are split into the two parts. All the keys before C3 will play on Part A, the bass on track 1. C3 and above will trigger Part B. In this example, the pad sound on track 2. We are now ready to play. Pressing the left keys let us play the bass on track 1. And pressing the right keys let us play the pad on track 2. I can take this further by activating the Launchkey's arpeggiator. To do so, press the R button. As the arpeggiator is set to play on Part A by default, all the keys before C3 will trigger the arpeggiator, and so we'll hear the arpeggiated bass playing on track 1. I can also latch the arpeggiator so that I don't have to hold down the left keys. To do so, hold down Shift and press the Arp button. I can now tweak the arpeggiator controls like rate, mutate, and rhythm with one hand, whilst the arpeggiator is playing part A. And play the part sounds on part B with the other hand. Using parts alongside the built-in arpeggiator gives you a quick, flexible way to combine sounds and develop ideas, and it's a great starting point for creating full tracks.